the swastika. Its mystical resonance was of great interest to the Vril Society, and by 1920 it would virtually belong to the Nazis. Previously, though, the swastika was a symbol of luck and fortune for untold eras in Asia.
A lot of persons these days forget that before it became an ominous symbol in Nazi Germany, the swastika was to be found everywhere.
It was originally meant as a wish of good fortune. It also took on a very tangible meaning, that of the letter G, and for the Masons, the word geometry.
Well, not only did it stand for geometry and math and so on, but it stood for Nordic, the Old Norse gods. It was a symbol of Thor.
There was a village in Canada called Swastika, and they had a female hockey team called the Swastikas, with the swastika embroidered on their skirts, and it makes very lovely photos.
By 1920, it was no longer a benign symbol of peace, because Hitler physically altered this positive symbol forever.
Hitler and his cohorts did a funny thing. They changed the direction of the swastika.
It no longer revolved to the right.
His concept of the swastika was very influential.
Hitler's swastika was to be seen only in the direction that would revolve to the left. The left-hand path, synonymous with evil.
The left-hand path, which is something that clearly derives from Roman mythology, and in fact all mythologies, where the evil gods are centered on the left side and the good gods are centered on the right side.
This is Hitler's swastika in 1920. It quickly became embedded in Nazi culture, and a variation of that has become known as the ultimate sign of the Vril Society. It's found here, in Wewelsburg Castle, the bizarre home of Heinrich Himmler, commander of the Nazi SS, member of the Vril Society.
He was frantically searching for various means of winning the war, and in the end, one can say it turned him insane, although in my opinion, the seeds of his insanity were already there.
Himmler, of course, was probably the most lunatic of any senior Nazi party member.
He was mystical, he was a dreamer.
He was a real junkie for every cult and wacky idea going.
And he was the personification of evil.
There are fascinating photos, and this I've never understood, of Himmler with his 12-year-old daughter visiting a concentration camp, a death camp. Now, who on earth would take his 12-year-old daughter to a death camp?
A sick man obsessed with being all-powerful. A perfect candidate to renovate a 16th century castle into a Vril nightmare.
Within this castle we find a richness of symbols, of signs, and of occult things of significance that point towards his, well, the fulfillment of his dreams.
His darkest creation, the North Tower.